Hello, welcome to the Southern Virginia University women's game. We are getting underway here. This is Deidre Dryden subbing in today for Jim Bresenham and Mike Harmon. A lot of snow in our area, so we couldn't have our regular commentators here, so you're stuck with me for the afternoon. But happy to be here and see these girls play, especially senior Ann Kuroki as she plays her last game at Southern Virginia University against the St. Mary's team. The Knights have been playing very well these last few games. It's been nice to see some of the hard work Coach Roberts and the players. An attempted shot there by Ann Kuroki, ball out of bounds to the Knights. Ball up top, Melissa Belliston, Larissa Conger on the wing. Crystal Cleveland goes up strong. Rebound to St. Mary's as they run the floor. Pass over the top. Good defense there by Ann Kuroki and Crystal Cleveland underneath. Knights take the ball the other end. Turnover there, and comes up with a loose ball. Can't seem to make 2 points fall for either team to get this game going. Fast break, it'll be a foul. I believe that foul's going to be on Missy Belliston, but yes, it is. Block, St. Mary's goes to the line.
Belliston, head coach of the game, sending number 4 for the Hawks to the foul line.
A shot missed by St. Mary's. St. Mary's has got a shot here to get to the CAC tournament. A lot depends on how they do today as well as how Wesley does in their game. Southern Virginia had a nice run here at the end, but is not going to qualify for the CAC tournament this year, but building for the future, certainly. Turnover there by Belliston. We'll head the other way. Now we see the full court press come in for the Knights. Layout there by St. Mary's. Nice inlet pass there, and 2 points. Assist by Belliston, 2 points by Cleveland. And we got three-point shot from way out by, rebound goes to St. Mary's. There we go, number 12 at the top. Oh, nice entry lob pass right over Cleveland, 2 points for St. Mary's. Freshman Jamila Camby drives the lane. These turnovers early are causing problems for the Knights. Hopefully they can get their fingers warm and roll. Ball out of bounds there on St. Mary's, and we'll head the other way for the Knights. Belliston brings the ball down. She's had such a good year as a freshman. It'll be exciting to see what great things that she can do. Larissa drives, and shot attempted by Conger. Rebound to the Knights. And full court press again by the Knights. St. Mary's the ball underneath. Steal by Belliston, forced by the trap. 2 points and the foul. She'll go to the line.
And that's 2 points to the Knights.
Belliston is really quick on that press, and of course that turnover is really caused by the trap there at the corner, but she anticipates really well.
Melissa Belliston to the foul line.
And here we are, full court press again.
Knights been showing full court press all season. Good to be
Yeah.
with you today, Deidre. Coming in a little bit with the snow.
I appreciate it. It's very lonely. It's horrible.
No
you know.
problem. Good to have you here with us. Of course, Mike Harmon and our regular guys, Mike and Jim Bresnahan, unable to make it in from the snow. Hopefully they're watching at home and cheering us on as well as the Knights.
Yes, just got off the phone with the referees for the upcoming men's game. They're stuck on 81, so we're trying to hope and pray that they get here and think of other alternatives. It's been quite a day already.
Oh, we'll ref it. You and I'll get out there.
Yeah, there we go. So far, the Knights have had some really nice ball movement, some decent defense. A few turnovers are hurting them, but I think they're all getting the feel of the ball a little bit better and playing collectively. And
yeah, impressive work by Crystal Cleveland down low, getting the rebound over her much bigger opposite number.
yeah, she's actually done a really nice job so far of some in and out passes. We just got to have a few shots fall. She's taking up some nice real estate down there.
Good
low.
good hands by Cleveland as well, feeling the pressure of a guard up top. Not known for her hands as a big player down low, but
No, but I've been so impressed with how hard she's worked this year.
That's what
right
she's
there,
known
that
for.
drop step, and also she's worked so hard to get quicker this year. I feel like she worked really hard to get quick and fast. And
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In years past, she'll put the ball on the deck and either lose it or have it taken away. In this case, much better job, get it and put it right up.
yeah, she's a really talented player.
And that's going to be tough. That play over the top all day long, just such a height difference.
Yeah, they've done that twice already.
Pass a little bit off, leads to a turnover. Luckily, a little tough to handle.
Oh.
Contact that time
Yeah.
created by Gamby.
Yeah, smart play by Flor. She leaned in as she went up for that.
Yeah, creating the
shot.
contact.
Yeah, I was saying earlier that the St. Mary's has a shot to get in the CAC. A little bit depends on what happens here today and what happens over with Wesley.
I think that explains why they're willing to make the trip in the blizzard outside.
This is really the worst possible time to deal with weather like this. We got to get these CAC games in for the playoffs to begin.
Yeah, no opportunity to reschedule.
No, not at all.
And I feel bad that they came this far in that kind of weather. Second free throw there is good, the extra. But boy, you'd love to send him home after having made this trip without a win too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another turnover though. Travel.
Called a travel there. It's a little bit interesting of when they call that a travel and when they don't.
Right.
when they give you that step and when they don't.
Yep. Well, and really long steps that time. I think she was trying to debate, do I put it on the deck once and then go up or not? Decided not to, and like you said, loses the 50-50 call. Jump ball
Good
called.
scrappy play there again by Cleveland.
Yeah, going hard for it, but boy, as much as I generally don't like Dick Vitale, and boy, I really don't, I think he's completely right on that in college basketball. The alternating possession, I just disagree with.
Yeah, it's actually in the big scheme of things, it's not that new of a rule. You know what I mean? In the history of basketball. I'm sorry. It is a pretty new rule in the history of basketball. I mean, for years and years, it was.
Yeah, foul that time on Missy, but boy, I'll tell you, I think if she would have kept her position and not lean on that, just fall down, that's a charge.
In fact, I'll give my age away quite a bit, but when I played in high school, we did not have a three-point line. And then when I played in college that following year is when they put the three-point line in and went to the smaller ball. And I believe possession rule came in a little after that. But, boy, did that change the game.
Oh, yeah. Nobody jump on Wikipedia and look up when that is. That's just not nice.
It's okay. I own it. I'll own it.
And
it's been a while.
Saying off the leg, that's going to be over to St. Mary's again. The Knights in a little bit of a tough spot now,
Yeah,
that lead growing.
I was expecting that timeout by Coach Roberts here to settle everybody down, get them to take care of the basketball, because they're playing some really good defense and they're creating shots, but they're just turning the ball over probably a little bit more than she would like right now.
Yeah, and that can kill you, not just obviously with the turnovers leading to points on the opposite side, but also just emotionally. It's so tough to get momentum going when you have offensive possessions that you just give away.
Yeah, absolutely. And it comes a little bit with pressing like that, because they everything's so quick. But I know she's been working with them all year on taking care of the basketball a little bit better.
Yeah, and that's something with the young team as well that takes a while. It's both individual play handling the ball, but it's also knowing your teammates and their tendencies.
Yes, it is. You know what I love about this team is they're just as fun to watch in practice as they are in a game. It's really fun to watch them. They work hard, but they keep a really good up tempo and positive attitude when they practice. Oh,
good box out by Crystal.
Yeah,
but
that was really nice rebound. Surprised that was not a foul there with the body, but. Yeah, look at
good
her.
hustle
look at
play.
her go. Way to go there, Crystal.
Saving the possession, Crystal Cleveland, and the Knights will reset. Back inside to Cleveland.
Yeah, we got to keep that up. There'll be some of those points will fall. Keep working hard like that.
Yeah, and that's something else with the run out and
missed the
coming
layup
back.
there. Way to hustle there. Those guards getting back in position.
Yeah, that's something else I think Cleveland's done a really good job at. Is last year she'd have bowled that right over. She wouldn't have pulled up for the shot. Would have gone in and probably gotten the charge.
Yeah, she's really learned to focus her energy up. Nice foul there.
She's grown a lot as a player since she's been here. Here's another area she's really improved this year. Last couple of years really struggled at the free throw line. This year done a bit better. We'll see what she can do on these attempts.
Yeah, she's really been working hard on that. Such a big part of this team and how the success of the team.
Just off on that one, substitution's going to come in.
It'll be nice to see maybe a 3-point shot or two fall here. Get the Knights create some energy maybe that way and open things up in the middle a little bit.
Lane violation, not going to matter. Shot was off anyway, but you're right. That's the benefit of a low-scoring game as well, is a couple of quick baskets in your favor, and it can really turn the whole momentum.
Yeah.
And there, the foul is called. No reason to be found that far from the basket, and that's going to go on Cleveland.
Wow, I thought that was on Belliston. That's tough.
Yeah, very, very.
It's her first, so we're good shape there.
Yeah, tough foul, though, to get to draw that far away from the basket.
Ah, there we go.
Boy, I'll tell you, Kuroki is scrappy for her height as well, down low.
Oh, she is.
You can tell.
I have the pleasure of coaching her as a tennis player, and she works so hard.
She's got a lot of fight in her.
She does. She's just so competitive.
Working it back inside to Cleveland. Oh, with the little scoop shot.
That's a shot they work on a lot. She's really perfected it. It's nice to see that. It's always nice to see what you work on in practice come to pass.
Yeah, great job
game.
closing her defender and opening that up as well.
Yeah. I think she decided to try the same shot that Crystal shot. Yeah.
And Crystal with the rebound, run out to Kuroki. Realize she doesn't have numbers and is going to slow it down. Out of bounds will stay with the Knights.
I've been seeing their half-court offense create a few more shots in the last few games. It'll be nice to see if they can continue that trend.
Yeah, all year long it's been the full court press and the transition, but you're right. When you work on that so much, sometimes your half-court game can suffer.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job of creating a lot of shots using that short corner.
And there's the foul.
Good ball movement.
Yeah, going to send Kuroki to the line. That's something else I haven't seen nearly as much from in the past that's happened in this year is the Knights able to use Cleveland as an enabler, go work the offense through her a lot more, especially there at the top of the key.
Yeah, she's not always the destination. She's a great destination because she creates a lot of space down there, but she's often, and a lot of assists this year.
Well, especially when you know that she's only a threat as a shooter, not as a passer, then it's so much easier to defend her. So
Yeah.
giving that option where you don't know what she's going to give you opens
Yeah.
her up better as a
I
shooter.
know.
Now just a 1-point game. St. Mary's swinging it around. Kuroki on the run out. Through 3 defenders, can't get it. A lot of dribbling that time by St.
full length
Mary's.
of the court.
They're working it around the outside now, though. Up top for an open 3. Oh, that time Kuroki punching it through. Looked like she was trying to tip it to Hartvigsen. Down the lane and high off the glass. Great shot that time by St. Mary's.
Interesting. There was nothing called there. A little bit of contact. That's
Yeah.
kind of nice to see him let him play, but
Yep. Backcourt pressure this time. And that's going to be, oh, it's a 10-second violation.
oh wow.
Thought it was going to be a jump ball, but the pressure enough to call the 10-second.
Yeah, it's something some people they forget about now that the shot clock's in. They forget that 10 seconds to get across half court still exists.
Yeah. Well, the Knights,
See Linda Boren come in, give Crystal a break.
the Knights keeping this 3-point margin. They're back and forth from 1 to 3. But that's a dangerous zone. They really need to close it. Not let St. Mary's keep the lead. Great turnaround look that time.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough mismatch to handle with Cleveland out. I don't look for her to stay on the bench too long.
Looking inside to Kuroki, to Boren.
There's her shot right there.
Pull up at the free throw line, and with the made basket, the Knights go into the press.
Yeah. That's a place I love to see Boren shoot from. She feels comfortable there and goes left a lot as well.
And
Wow.
jump ball.
Another physical play that they called a jump ball. How about that?
Well, the Knights now at 3 with a chance to close it to 1 or tie with a 3-pointer. As you said, Cleveland out of the game, so
Yeah,
perhaps a
yeah.
little less likely to go down low.
Yeah, that.
Trying to go
They're
low
gonna-
that time, but
Yeah,
pass broken up.
Yeah, not going to work. Going through those two, I'm sure.
Way outside
I
3.
tell you, she's
and
taking a couple like that. It's the first one to go.
clearly not fearing the range on that.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of a bumping, it looks like, here in the midcourt. So,
Yeah, the pressure from St. Mary's, definitely a lot of contact. Sensing perhaps our dribbling not as spectacular, but a
that's
good
just-
play down low.
yeah, she backed her right in there, and nice entry pass. I love to see that nice entry bounce pass.
And a mismatch there. Boy,
Yeah.
Boren comes up to block that one, or
You know,
to apply pressure, which makes the path sail high. Dangerous gamble, but it pays off for the Knights.
Yeah, Boren has the ability to play a lot bigger than she is, offensively and defensively.
Into the corner. Boren staying with
Yeah,
it.
I think she was forgetting where she was.
Just a
I'm
little
sure
bit
Coach
too
would like
high
to see her
there.
take that shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice rebound. And that three, you're right, the 3-point just kind of opens things up right there. And a 4-point game here.
Yeah, inside-outside game. The Knights showing the outside, but really, whoa. Good call, traveling
It
on that
actually
one.
was, yeah.
Again,
good
some
call.
contact, but looked like the travel happened first.
Yeah. Cleveland back in the ball game.
Nice to get her some breathers as well. Something else she's really done better at. Boy, she wasn't in nearly as good a shape the last couple of years, so really had to manage her minutes a bit in order to enable her to go up and down the court, but much improved
Yeah,
this year.
that's a call that I think the Knights are going to look at if she's going to continue to stay behind Cleveland like that. I think they're going to be able to get that call a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's height versus strength in that case, because she's definitely lost a couple of inches on her opposite number, but she's really showed the ability to back her down and power her up. Back up top to Belliston. Goes in for the kick out, and it drops.
3 points to the Knights.
Nice to see Morgan back in business. She's had an injury that's kept her out. She's
And you can tell a little bit she's still a little reluctant to take the shot.
Yeah.
Good to see that time.
Yeah.
A little overexcited.
Tough call. Good aggressive defense there, but yeah, that's one of those that can go either way.
Yeah, Cleveland playing over the top.
You get the steal, you look brilliant. You get the foul, you feel like you maybe should have done something different. But
oh, good tip that time. Kuroki pushing down out from behind. Belliston up ahead.
oh, too far.
I got going a little too quick. I think she lost position of where she was on the court.
Yeah, I think so. She and Kuroki work really well together when they kind of go on defensive mayhem.
And traveling again.
A little bit lucky there because that was a wide open offensive rebound.
Absolutely dangerous position, but the Knights, as you said, getting lucky with the travel there. Lead down to 1. The Knights with the opportunity to take the lead. It'll be the first time, at least in a while. Oh! And the circus shot.
Okay.
Whoa!
Yeah, that was an interesting call. I didn't see that one coming.
Double teamed,
I thought-
lots of contact, and wow.
Yeah, I thought for sure that was going to be a foul. You could have picked a couple fouls.
Yeah.
Body, arm.
Yeah, wow.
Oh, well.
Very surprised at that one. And that would have been the Knights' lead, so
Yeah, it really would.
a big play.
Yeah, nice finish there, too, with getting banged up there.
Yeah, potential and one, but instead, Seagulls still with the lead. Good pressure by Cleveland that time,
Yeah,
and
really
not foul.
smart defense there.
Straight up and down. Belliston out to Kuroki, looking inside. Can't quite find it. Shot short, Cleveland fighting for it. And it'll stay with the Knights.
Yeah, good scrappy play there. Goes your way when you put forth that effort a lot.
Hartvigson's going to head to the bench and Gamby back in for the Knights.
Freshman Gamby has really contributed a great deal to the team this year.
A lot of energy.
She's a fast one.
Oh, giving it right back.
Nice.
Kiss off the glass, and the
Nicely done.
Knights with the lead off Crystal Cleveland shot, 19-18.
I think one of the fun things to see this year is the way the Knights have learned to transition from the press. It's clearly something that's going to be part of the game plan. Coach Robertson and I have talked a lot about it. She loves it, and it's been nice to see this team learn to transition a little bit more into their half-court defense.
A lot of contact again.
Okay.
The lead again over to the Seagulls by 1.
Yeah, somebody's going to be in the bonus here soon, so change things a little bit.
Toss into the backcourt, back over to Belliston. And that'll stay with the Knights again. That defensive pressure from the Seagulls ramping up. Gamby looking for Kuroki.
Nice
Hits
shot
from the
from the short
outside.
corner there.
And I'll tell you, I'm going to leave you right there. The Knights
Okay.
up 21-20. I'll turn it over to Logan Mann, head baseball coach. He'll throw in, I'm sure, some commentary on the beginning of that
Absolutely.
season as the Knights heading back up court. Stop.
Nice board.
Pop.
And
Belliston
beautiful.
for 3. 24-20, the Knights lead.
And the Knights just on a defensive tirade here. He's all over the place, causing mayhem, which is a lot of what Coach Roberts loves. Loves to see them create confusion for the opposing team. Well done by number. Hey, well, Logan, welcome to our, hodgepodge broadcast. We were saying earlier that Jim and Mike couldn't get in because of the snow. Is it still falling out there?
Oh, yeah. I came up here about 15 minutes before game start, tried to drive, and that didn't work out too well. So I barely made it home and walked up here. So apologize for being a little late.
One of the reasons that Logan and I are doing this broadcast is not because of our fantastic abilities, because we both live within walking distance of the university. So that's who's on staff today. That's together. So yeah, Melinda Bourne goes to the line. She's nice to see the Knights pull ahead here by 4. Hopefully they can make it by 6 with these free throw shots. Playing some good defense, creating and forcing a lot of turnovers.
Number 44 for St. Mary's just checks into the ball game. She goes in for number 42. We're trying to pull up the rosters.
Yeah. Well done by Boren. Knights up by 6. That's the biggest lead of anybody in the game so far. And this shooter, I tell you, number 11, she is.
Maddie Vangoni.
Yeah, she has hit 2 from NBA range, I tell you. She's quite a shooter.
I think we just got away with the travel right there.
Yeah.
Holding it 2 points, but we'll take it.
Well done by Boren to outrun that pass. I tell you, the press has been working really nice the latter part of this second half for the Knights. They've just forcing a lot of turnovers and starting to really shoot like that. Happy to see Kuroki get that shot. She's a senior day today and such a talented athlete.
30-second timeout coming up from St. Mary's.
Yeah, both coaches have just used one timeout to kind of stop some momentum and reorganize. Seeing some nice ball movement from the Knights in their half-court offense and creating a lot of shots toward the beginning of the first half before you got here. They're taking a lot of smart shots. They just weren't falling, but they seem to be falling a little bit more now.
Yeah, I mean, the Knights, since I came in, they've went on a pretty good run here in the last 2.5, 3 minutes to really give them a pretty good lead with 4.5 to go. So.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they could hold this lead and take it with them into the locker room, increase it a little. I was saying earlier, it's been nice to I get a chance to watch them practice here and there, and it's been nice to see some of the things they're working on in practice come to fruition in the game. Makes you feel great as a coach and as a player.
I've had the opportunity to actually work with them in some of their practices, and each time they go out, Coach Roberts does such a good job with them. They get better each time and with each practice. So it's exciting. I know the season hasn't gone as well as they hope, but there have been definitely some very positive building blocks looking forward to the future. I think that Coach Roberts done a great job.
I agree. They're fun to watch practice, and they stay energized and a lot of momentum. Nice shot there by Boren. She's had a couple of good mid-range jumpers helping the Knights.
Yeah.
I tell you, I love to see Kuroki and Belliston and just create havoc up there. It's getting a little physical. They're starting to call a few more fouls, which they'll
a reaching foul on Jamila Gamby. That's her third of the ball game in this half. So she's going to go take a seat.
Yes, she's just a really aggressive, fast kid.
Yeah, she is. Larissa comes in to take her place.
Yeah, Conger's really come on as the season has progressed. To see that sometimes it's hard when players return from a mission. Foul on 33, Tavani. She's hopefully they'll calm down a little bit here and stop getting these fouls calls and keep the game going to work to their advantage, which appears to be that to run and move the game quickly seems to be the nice advantage today against St. Mary's.
It definitely looks like in the short time that I've been here, the athletic advantage right now definitely goes in our favor. So if we can move the ball and keep pressure, I think things will go well.
I know you'd rather be playing baseball today.
Yeah, I think we'd all rather be outside, but the games yesterday and today. Obviously, are postponed. Unfortunately, they're lost due to the teams coming down from Maine and Michigan.
I know that's a part of your season you count on every year to have those northern teams come down. It's another foul on St. Mary's, 33.
32 for
1.
St. Mary's. Christine Morin's checking into the game. For number 44, Nina Haler.
Nice shot there by 33, Tavani. I'm going to say her last name wrong. I'm so afraid. Avatasi, I think. Avatasi.
Looks like Morgan's getting ready to check in for the shooter if she makes it. So we got a sub right here.
Yeah, nice to see Morgan contributing again. She's had an injury that's kept her out, and she's a good shooter for the night. So
Yeah, she is. She gets hot from behind the arc. She can
yeah,
definitely create some havoc.
If she gets a open space and some time to do it, she's going to do some damage.
Oh, nice steal by Marissa. She really read that.
I was hoping for that call there. It looked like she grabbed her hand as she was trying to go up. I think Belliston was hoping for that call too.
Yeah, that was
she
a great
anticipates
read.
so well. She really does. She's playing defense and reading the passer all at the same time, and really helps the team that way. Sometimes, she doesn't. You just really wouldn't know that she is a freshman.
Yeah.
She's really.
That's one of the things that Coach Roberts does really well in practice and focus on is make sure that she has her players in positions to try to take away passing lanes. And over the course of the season, Marissa's done a really good job of learning how to take away passing lanes and step in front of passing lanes to create turnovers.
That's number
Olivia Nolan with 2 points.
She's a really tough player, really athletic player, really quick.
Be out on Nolan, stays in Knight's possession.
She anticipates really well, just like Missy Belliston.
Crystal Cleveland coming into the game for Melinda Boren.
Yeah, that so far it looks like the Knights have a really, really good strategy going with the.
We got a late sub coming in from St. Mary's.
Yes,
number 42, Maddie
they're
Hook is coming in
looking
for
to stop that mismatch.
Christine Morin. Yeah.
Definitely trying to stop that mismatch.
They're lucky they got that off. I mean, the ref had handed the ball off, and normally that time it's too late for a sub, so they're lucky they got that. That would have been a definite disadvantage.
There they go again, Kuroki and Belliston. They can.
Kuroki's such a good athlete. You don't see it, but when you have to play with her or guard against her, she's really quick and very physical.
Yeah, I was saying earlier how fun she is to coach in tennis. She's so competitive.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, hopefully, that's right there is what's plagued them a little bit. They work so hard on defenses. They're getting better at converting those into points, and I know those will fall, but it hurts them when they work so hard and then don't get those 2 points.
Now, part of being a young team is, they've got to the point where they're not starting to create the turnovers. Those more experienced teams, they learn how to finish it. So
yeah, and they definitely are doing a better job of that, but I know it's something they continue to work on. And here's a strong shooter there. Hopefully we're going to tell you. Nice rebound there by Cleveland.
Crystal Cleveland did a good job setting up her body and just holding still right there. Even by holding still, not moving her feet, she still creates such a distraction down low. She's an intimidating presence.
Down to 10 seconds here on the shot clock. Oh. Probably smart,
nice
but
Belliston.
All right, let's see if the Knights can get a quick bucket here and get into the locker room on a positive note.
We'll see the strategy if it's a quick shot or hold it, and just try to see if you can take a lead into halftime.
Yeah, they're really a lot of nice ball movement.
Shot and a three-pointer by Marissa Belliston goes in. That's what we needed right before the halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. Get a good stop here and go to the locker room on a really high note.
Yeah, there's 6-second difference on the shot clock and the game clock, so the Knights, they could potentially get one more decent shot off. They get a good rebound. Oh, and almost with the steal. There we go. Well, that goes in the Knights' favor. By going out of bounds, stops that clock. Knights will get one more possession and an opportunity to get a good look.
Yeah. 11 seconds to go and
try to take a double-digit lead into halftime.
Well, smart. Coach Roberts pulled out a couple starters to not get a foul here at the end, take any chance. Put in a few shooters here.
Well, that ball was partially blocked by Nolan.
It was, yeah. So. Smart shot, though. Tried to get that off.
That was a great last 7 minutes by the Knights to really turn around and come from behind and establish an 8-point lead.
Yeah, 10-point differential there. So hopefully they will come out strong in the second half, and we can continue to make it tough on St. Mary's to get to that CAC tournament. They've got a really good chance to do so. They got to win here today or make sure Wesley loses. If Wesley loses today, then they're in regardless. But the only way that they wouldn't make it is if they lose today and Wesley loses.
Do we know who Wesley wins or plays
Wesley
today?
Is playing Mary Wash, so that would be a huge upset.
Yes, that would be. Mary
Washington, if that were to happen.
Ball club.
Oh, they are in every area.
They've got great size.
Yeah, they really do. So we'll sign off here for just a minute and be right back with you at the beginning of the second half. Thanks for Welcome back to the second half of the Knights game here. The Lady Knights are up by 8 as we start this second half. That's myself, Deidre Dryden, and Logan Mann here. Good to have Logan with me. I felt lonely earlier. Then I had Art. Now I have Logan, so we'll finish it out.
We'll apologize in advance again for our inexperience in commentating.
Just focus on the great camera work.
Yeah, Art and their crew does such a good job.
They do.
They you don't have to really listen to know what's going on. So
nice rebound down there and transition. Let's see if the Knights can start things with a couple of points.
Nice ball movement right there to set up a really good look.
It's been happening all day. Crystal's done a great job of maybe a drop step and pull everybody in, and then she shoots it back out. We've gotten a few threes off that.
Yeah, we have a jump ball that's staying with the Knights. That was a great job by
Conger.
To come in and create a turnover and get us the ball back.
Yeah.
So
I love it when Kuroki takes that shot right there from the short corner.
Yeah, she's really good right there at the baseline. That shot.
And there's Belliston, like with what she does best. Too bad that shot didn't fall.
Once again, as we get more experience and a little more, game time under our belt, they're going to start finishing those, and then we could be really dangerous. So, but great defense down there by Crystal, not drawing a foul.
Oh, nice move by Kuroki. Signature shot there. She goes high, and then I tell you, she is 3 for 4 from the three-point line.
Well, luckily for us, her foot was on the line, so that almost was a two-pointer.
Right. That might have been too close for her. She only seems to shoot when it's an NBA three. That's Vagoni, I believe. It's Fagnoni. Yeah, she's quite a great shooter.
We lose control. Good effort right there to maintain possession of the basketball. And then we make a...
It's one of those points where I don't know if all 4 other girls realize it, but...
and what a great play by Kuroki.
Great defense. Be nice to...
and get calls for the double.
Wow, that's a really weird call. We didn't see her other hand involved.
I don't either, so I'm sure Art's crew caught it on the camera. So you guys probably had a better shot than we did.
She's got a pretty quick crossover. Oh, nice job by Belliston to create that turnover and good finish. Good strong. This is right here is the only disadvantage of the press, but they've gotten so much better at handling that. It's been fun to watch. They're going to give up a layup here and there, but they're not giving up near as many.
Well, they're creating more turnovers
than
easy layups.
They are. And even though if they don't get the steal, they'll force a bad pass out of bounds.
Well, and one of their advantages they have, once again, with Cleveland down low, she has such an intimidating and forceful presence that even on a 2-on-1, you're still rarely going to get just an easy layup.
She's smart down there, too. She can often.
There's 2 points for Klein right there on the baseline.
Coach Roberts not going to let this get very, very far. I think she does not. She wants to pull ahead and stay ahead. One of those. They've had a lot of close games this year, and it's been fun to watch them win a few of them, but they've had a couple that I know have gotten away, and you want those back. So,
well, the key with watching them and working with them a little bit is minimizing the turnovers. That's where the young team gets in trouble, and they'll blow leads. It's just not taking care of the ball, making some ill-advised passes, turnovers that were avoidable, unforced errors, things like that. So as long as they don't do that, I think they'll be in good shape as long as they can keep possession of the ball and just take good shots.
Yeah, they settled right down right after the first couple minutes of the game and started taking better care of the ball. So.
I'm not real sure why you would bring up if you're not going to full court press. Bring up and
I don't know. It's a great rebound.
Oh, nice.
She's been working hard down there today. Yeah, they've been taking number 3 now and a lot of ball pressure coming down the court.
A foul was called on Anna McLean. That will be her second of the ball game. Crystal Cleveland will shoot 2.
Yeah. Let's see if Crystal can pull us ahead right here by 10. Tough miss there.
I just heard on the radio that the NBA is talking about addressing the hack-a-shack rule.
Oh, yeah?
Because 10 minutes left to go in the game. I can't remember the teams they're playing, but they just started fouling one player with 10 minutes left to go and made him shoot about 1,000,000 free throws.
Oh,
so
wow.
they talked about addressing that potentially this offseason.
That'd be interesting.
I'm not sure I like that, but strategy is strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, because in a way you're
Ooh, she stepped on that line
she
right
did.
there.
Lucky for the Knights.
She was
In a
off
way,
to the races.
you're kind of allowing someone to be a poor free throw shooter, right?
I mean, it just, it's well within the rules, and if your defensive strategy is make one person beat you, I don't see a problem with it.
Well, it'll be looked at for quite a while, I'm sure, before they do anything.
Yeah. And there's one of those ill-advised passes
little
we
bit,
talked about.
little bit telegraphed too.
That's quick with the pressure, and that is staying with St. Mary's. That was
Jamila got a
good
hand
job.
on that.
That was close. See if Knights can hold. And Crystal just kind of lost her.
Yeah, she tucked behind there.
Man.
Had a good double team, but real mismatch once she got past Crystal.
Yeah.
That was a foul on number 20. Third of the game, Jamila Gamby.
Morgan checks into the game for Jamila.
To the foul line.
That is her fourth foul, and that could be
Yeah,
trouble for the
that can-
Knights. She is
yeah.
a good athlete.
She sure is. She's a lot of fun to watch play soccer, too.
Oh, yeah.
She can outrun a lot of people. One of the few dual sport athletes on this team. It's one of the tough things to pull off. A few girls are able to do it. That's a
Good take. And
nice,
nice follow.
nice sneak in there by Ann.
Dribbles off a foot. This is where,
Wow, I thought it was off the defender's foot. Guess it wasn't.
this is where the Knights need to slow it down, and
Yeah.
they really just need a basket to kind of
They do,
calm
just to get them over the.
No easy baskets for St. Mary's.
Oh, we've got some
We got a
shot clock
clock
problem here.
wasn't running. We're going to put it down to 22 seconds. And there's 11 from downtown again.
Yeah.
You weren't kidding when you say she
Yeah,
likes to shoot it
she
from deep,
does.
because that was
She's-
2 to
she
3
really-
feet behind the arc.
And she's hit 2 of those.
Wow.
Except Morgan almost fell into that. She almost took one
She
from
thought
there.
about it.
She did.
And just a pass from
I feel
Kuroki
like
that
everyone's
Morgan
hands are
couldn't handle.
cold. I know mine are, but. Oh, Bellison almost had a steal there.
There's a three-pointer from St. Mary's, and Nolan with the rebound. How'd she get
Yeah.
that over Ann?
I believe it. She boxed out in there.
Nolan for 3. Just short.
There we
Kuroki
go,
with the
good
rebound.
All right, let's hopefully we can.
Knights just need a
Convert the-
basket right
they
here.
do.
They've had a little bit of a drought, allowed St. Mary's to pull themselves within. We just need a basket right here. I'd like to see Ann shoot a little more.
Me
She's
too.
a better shooter
She's
than I think
she's
she
so
gives herself credit
unselfish.
for.
Oh, what a hustle play right there.
And that's one you'd like to see go in just
Yeah.
based off the effort alone.
Yeah, I had a feeling we were going to get that call there. They're so good at trapping off the rebound, but be honest, that's something that has progressed in the game over the years. The trap off the rebound. It's the last few years. It's just something a lot of people do. Get you in trouble on the other end sometimes, but.
St. Mary's has made some adjustments at the halftime
They
on how
have.
to break the
They
press,
have.
and it's evident here in
Yeah.
the first few minutes.
Yeah.
That was a good shot by Haler to put
really
her within
worked that.
2. That was pretty deep out there for 2.
Yeah, they are actually gonna. That's just
Good
really-
take by Crystal Cleveland.
Yeah, every time she gets her pin from behind, it goes well.
I just keep doing that until they prove they can stop it. She is such a presence down low.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how hard she's worked on things in her game. Wow, how about if that fell?
Yeah. And one of the things her first 2 years playing here, it's kind of one of my pet peeves watching basketball, watching the big men or women down low put that ball on the ground as a power dribble when it's unnecessary. It really allows the defense to set. That's one of the things Crystal has really done a very good job correcting this year.
She has.
And it's made her ability down low to pin people and really use a drop step very, very effectively because she doesn't allow the defense to reset on her as much anymore.
Yeah, and she's played this year against quite a few girls that are a bit taller than her, and she's learned to create space and take some hook shots and make some things happen.
Those are 2 good free throws right there that the Knights
Yeah, they needed those.
to give us a little bit of breathing room again.
Yeah, like to see Belliston drive a little bit more so that
We got a jump
tell
ball
ya,
call.
just
Good hands by Morgan.
call that really soon sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes they let it go a really long time, and then sometimes
Yeah, I'm sure that's a tough thing as an official to know. We were talking earlier about that rule, the possession rule, when a jump ball's not really a jump ball.
I'm curious what it says in the rule book about what the official count.
Yeah, I wonder what that
it
is.
should be. Unfortunately, I don't know basketball well enough to know the rule book like that.
Well, I'm so old that when I played in high school, I was saying earlier, a jump ball was a jump ball. You had a jump ball. They called a jump ball. You took a jump. And I'm not sure when that rule changed because I know it went to the possession rule. So the funny thing about that was, you could often have a jump ball with a point guard against a 5 player.
Yeah.
Happened.
Ooh, that looked like an elbow on St. Mary's.
Yeah, a little frustration there maybe showing.
And they're going to call that on Kuroki. Wow, that looked like 42, Maddie Hook.
Or
really threw an
definitely
elbow.
possibly an offsetting,
Yeah.
foul too. And Ann Kuroki will answer like that. I'm really surprised that was not called.
Yeah. And that's the 3 for St. Mary's, number 15, Haley Ribling. Brings it within 3. It's a 1-possession ball game.
So you're seeing this pushing down here with 42 keeping her space there. That is really,
that's Boren.
it's too tough, but boy, that's a smart, soft shot.
Nothing board. Oh, we got away with one there.
Yeah, because when she went for the ball, she definitely got hand. Nice to hear the crowd into the game. This could be it's so nice to go out on the win. That's too bad. I believe that's 3 on Ann.
Man, that's 3 quick ones on Ann.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got 3
gonna
fouls
have
in the
to sit
last
for a
8
minute
minutes. So we got Jamil coming in with 4, and then we got Tavani coming in.
Yeah.
I believe she has 3. So Jamil's got to be careful. Wow, that was a contested
that's
3.
3 different players they have.
Gary
that are hurting
Klein.
from the 3-point line.
Ties the ball game up at 50 apiece with 12 minutes to go. That's a block right there on Klein.
It's actually a nice setup off that screen.
Yeah.
She tried to fight around the screen and ran back into Belliston.
St.
See
Mary's
if
coach is not happy about that foul call.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the call is going to be
It's gonna be
here.
a push
There's a
on
lot
42. And she disagrees.
Yeah,
heavily with
she's
that.
it's getting a little heated down there in
Yeah,
that
so
post up.
Hook's coming out of the game with her 3rd foul, and that will bring number 44, Nina Haler, into the game. Cleveland checks in once again, I think, with the the height advantage. They want to match up a
Yeah,
little bit.
trouble is they have two that are that tall. We have one.
Good inbound pass there and just came up a little short. Cleveland had a good look. She looked like she took 2 or 3 steps with that one. That was close to being a travel.
Yeah, nice job Cleveland changing that shot just enough to get a reset. Another 3-point shot.
Cleveland with the rebound.
Yeah.
Belliston brings it up.
She just, Gamby is so fast that sometimes she has a hard time taking that energy up with her. Both
Good
teams
rebound
let
by
go of the
Morgan.
ball quick.
So Belliston does like to push the tempo.
She does.
And that was a
well
great
done
take
by Boren. Really well done. Creating some space there. And the Knights needed that. Let's even get a stop here and get some momentum back.
Nice hands
Nice
by
job.
Boren. She's doing on both ends of the floor right now, not
She
giving
is,
up on a
she
play.
is.
Good cross-court pass.
I tell you, Gamby's just not quite comfortable shooting from outside yet. That's a shot you want to.
And a foul on
Yeah, probably
Morgan shooting 2.
Probably a good foul there. I don't think it was quite as deliberate as it looked, but number 4 is quite a good player. She goes up, it's usually going to go in. So
Kuroki and Conger will come in on the shot here.
yeah, let's see if Kuroki can stay in and play really, really smart.
Foul puts Klein to the line. She makes the first one. We've got Kuroki and Conger coming in.
Yeah, we need one more player here.
Well, okay, yep, now they come in, and then we got Nolan coming in for the shooter for St. Mary's.
Get a break there. Missed the rebound.
Nice thing is it keeps Nolan off the floor for a little more time. And we're going to shoot 3.
Yeah,
Morgan
we're gonna
is
shoot
fouled.
3. Yeah, I think she caught
Morgan
her
is
wrist as
fouled
she
by
took that
number
up.
12, Anna McLean. She's going to get 3 shots.
Tell you, Morgan is she has such a textbook shot. She's a really nice job, really smooth shooter. One of the things she's worked on is just getting her shot off quicker to adjust to college ball compared to high school ball, but she's a really hard worker. I'd really like to see the Knights pull ahead here and stay ahead with 10 remaining. Oh, Bell, that's not a smart one there. It's a great spot to get a trap there. You just have to really be in position to make that happen.
She's got to do a better job
Yeah.
of beating
Get to
that
the
player
spot. Yeah,
getting her
for
feet
sure.
still. That's her 3rd. That would be a huge blow
Yes.
for the Knights if she gets into
She's had a few games this year where she had a little bit of foul trouble. She's pretty aggressive.
Rarely do you see guards in foul trouble with 10 minutes to go,
Yeah.
but when you press as much as
Yeah.
Coach Roberts does, it can
happen.
create some problems.
I'm with you. That shot right there, we want to see Ann just pretty much whenever she touches the ball anywhere close to the paint, she's got to put that shot up.
I just like to see her shoot it when she's open. She's such a good
Yeah.
athlete. She
Yeah.
she really has a pretty shot. I'd
And
like
it's
to see her be
almost
more aggressive.
almost always the first time you think about that shot is when you should take it, right?
Good pass by Belliston. Conger
Oh,
takes and
tough.
almost finishes there.
I'm going to give Conger a hard time after the game. I think she totally went to the right because she didn't want to shoot left. I'm absolutely going to give her a hard time for that.
It's kind of a lost art I've seen, and as I've noticed, is really using your left hand on a layup.
Yeah, I coach a team of 10-year-old girls, and I've already talked about how old I am, so I'll say that I make all of them shoot left-hand layups.
Oh,
it's just something if you just creates a different dynamic for you when someone's guarding you. So
We got a full timeout by
Yeah.
St. Mary's coach. She wants to
Yeah,
make sure
she
this
does.
thing doesn't get away.
Absolutely. She's a really sharp lady. I've enjoyed getting to know her over the last couple years that we've been in the CAC. Crystal, she grew up in Baltimore where I used to coach high school, and she's a really talented player and coach. Keep her busy over there at St. Mary's. She does a lot of things. We were talking about that at the beginning of the game.
I think we all do at the D3 level.
Yeah, it's sometimes nice to hear when you know a school like St. Mary's. It's a lot older than Southern Virginia and established. She has a lot of responsibilities, like many of us do here. She's the SWA over there as well. So if we get a chance in a bit, we'll check some other CAC scores at between the two games. But if you are listening today, don't go away when we end this game and without turning it back on to see the beginning of the men's game, because we will be honoring all of our seniors. That would be the male basketball players that are seniors as well as the female. So for the women today, it's just Ann Kuroki. So, but if you're one of those that follows our women's program, please tune back in to see that. And there they are.
Back to the full court
Back
press.
to that press. These girls are relentless.
That's a big mismatch.
That
right
is,
there.
but it worked out for us.
There we go.
Belliston was controlled and just stood straight up.
We got away with one there because Belliston had to foul that young lady. That would have given her fourth foul.
It
And
really
put
would
us
have.
in
Yeah.
some trouble. Conger for three.
Yeah, she
Off
hit a
the
three
miss.
earlier. Nice SVU rebound bounce there. That's the
Good look.
shot that Kuroki's on fire defensively.
One of my favorite things about watching Kuroki play is she does not let little things bother her.
No.
Turnover, missed call, or a call she doesn't agree with. She really does a very good job of staying with the play.
Yeah, you'll see sometimes a player miss a shot and then they foul.
Yeah, or they sit there and they pout about it and let
Yeah.
the game go on. So
No, she really is when she plays tennis, that's what helps her so much. She'll make a bad shot and it doesn't even faze her. She cares. I don't mean to make it sound like that, but she just keeps playing.
Well, that's what the good athletes do. They
Yeah.
care, but they don't compound errors.
You realize that the rest of your life you can't
That
do anything.
should be Southern Virginia ball.
Yeah.
That should be off of 44's foot. And they're calling St. Mary's. I
Yeah.
don't think either ref really had a good look. They were looking at each other, trying to get one or the other to make a call. And I think that St. Mary's got one right there.
Yeah. I think so.
Good effort by
Tell
Cleveland.
you what, she's been all over the floor today.
That's one of the things we try to focus on with our young baseball team. It's just not compounding errors. That's when you really let things get out of control, is when you compound them. And you see seniors like Kuroki that understand that that's where you win and lose games is by minimizing those
back-to-back errors, right? Oh, that's lucky for us. Could have easily called Belliston on that.
Yeah.
But they were both kind of falling together, I guess you'd say. Yeah, I tell you, in baseball, it's such a challenge to have that first or second error be it, because it seems like so often somebody can have a big inning.
Yeah, we got a reach foul on 3
Yeah.
Nolan. That's going to send Belliston to the line for a one-on-one.
So this will
that's
change things.
It's her first of the ball game. And we got McLean coming in. And Morin coming in for Vagnoni and Ribbling. Belliston
Well
hits
done
the
by
first part of
Belliston.
the one-on-one.
And this could, with the bonus here, this makes a huge difference. The good free throw shooting just can change the end of a game so dramatically, as we saw last night in the men's game, Apprentice.
Yeah. Oh, wow. There's no call on that, and Kuroki goes and gets that in. Good move and good defense there. She hands up and make a play. And they're going to give that timeout to St. Mary's. Cleveland really staying with things and forcing them to use another timeout.
Yeah.
And Coach Gibson really wanted to
Yeah,
foul
she's
down there.
upset on
really
that, like what
working
we were
the
talking about
officials.
earlier, that trap on the rebound, like the body contact on the trap on the rebound.
We're going to go a 30-second timeout here to make sure that St. Mary's maintain possession of that ball. Otherwise, we're going to do a jump ball, and that would have went in the Knights' favor. So
Absolutely.
Boren's coming in to check into the ball game.
Yeah.
Bring Boren in for Cleveland.
Yeah, that's I think Cleveland got a little knocked up on that last play. I didn't see the end of it. Not sure what happened.
She hit the ground pretty hard. She
Yeah.
laid down for a while during that timeout. So
I tell you, Coach Gibson is, I know she's upset about a lot of things, but it's shots like that because, you know, that's off the press. And if you make that shot, then you look like a fantastic team that just beat the press. But when you miss that shot, that's frustrating.
yeah, if I were St. Mary's, I would have liked to seen Haller actually attack the basket, attack the rim, and really either draw a foul or get a higher percentage shot. And what a take coast to coast by Nolan. Steals the ball and goes coast to coast. She is really a good athlete.
She sure is. Yeah, I believe Ann was trying to stop herself from doing a little more. I tell you, Boren plays so big.
She does.
She makes herself seem like she's about 6'1" out there.
She's not afraid of contact,
Nope.
and she's not afraid to be physical.
Nope, and
So she's very aware of where she's at on the floor, and she knows how to space, so she does a good job.
And she also, just saying, she can use her left hand really well.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a tough shot by Bellison. So that's the pass right there they always hope to steal is that first floater pass, and sometimes they have a little bit of a breakdown after that if they don't get that first floater pass.
The press can be so difficult when ran right, but when you let them get easy baskets, it can really, speed the pace of the game and get, St. Mary's back into this ball game without eating any time off the clock.
Yeah. It's a nice running jumper. It didn't fall, but
10-second violation. Good defense by the Knights right there.
That's a key turnover. They can turn that
Conga
into a
did a
couple
fantastic job moving her feet and making Nollins go east and west and not allowing her to go north and south.
Yeah, it's a call we forget about. The second call in the game over that. St. Mary's pinned us back for 10 seconds. That's the shot right there. Too bad it didn't fall this time. Well done by.
Good hustle by Belliston to save that ball and give the Knights another possession. And a smart job right there as Nolan comes in and draws some contact for Morgan to
throws
just
that
throw
shot
the ball up and get 2 shots from it.
I tell you what was key there is that play before is Boren going up and having the sense of mind to tap that rebound. It's not something I love to see that much, but sometimes it's necessary. I like to see him go up and grab that rebound.
Yeah.
But sometimes you only get one hand on it. And she had the.
Now, they did not give her the shooting foul. They're going to go 1-on-1 on this.
Oh, how about that? I guess she did hook it up there a little bit too late.
Good.
Well,
First one's good. It was a good thought anyways to try to do it.
Yeah, we're approaching the 5-minute mark here.
The second free throw is
5-point
huge.
game.
2-possession ball game with 5.5 to go. And I'd stay with that full court press. And causes a turnover right there. They're feeling the pressure, and St. Mary's looking a little frustrated. Looks like Hook's going to come in on the next dead ball and check back in for Holler.
I love it when Melinda creates space right there. I didn't fall either, but that's tough luck there.
I believe that hit off of Morgan's shoulder. Surprised her.
Yeah.
Good.
That's about the best you can defend that right there.
Yeah, interesting defense down there because they had Boren on the front side and Belliston back on the back side.
I think they adjusted that at halftime because they got beat a couple of times by the lob pass when they fronted. And so they've got their guards coming over to take away that lob.
Good take by Boren right there.
44 is, it's a fast-paced game for this team, I think.
Yeah, she's looking like she's getting a little frustrated.
Yeah.
Nolan looked in to pass down to her, and her head, she just shook no at her. So 2 points there for St. Mary's. They're going to take a full timeout.
Both coaches using their.
And Hook's going to come in for Holler out of this timeout. So.
Well, I'm sure the snow's still coming down out there. Hopefully our officials for our men's game are coming back.
It's scary. Like we said earlier, I live all of about 2 blocks from the school. I thought for sure I'd be able to drive 2 blocks. And it was a terrifying 4-block round trip because I made it about halfway up the hill. And I actually had to reverse the way back down.
Did you?
Because I couldn't turn around.
You could have just parked at my house.
Well, I was actually on the hill coming up to the school.
Oh, gotcha.
So I didn't want to pull off into the side ditch there and had to reverse all the way down.
Well, on days like today, I don't even attempt. My Georgia blood runs thick. I can't drive in the snow
I guess I was feeling gutsy because I'm from Texas. Snow doesn't exist down there either. But,
that's right.
The snow plows came through, and normally our crew does such a good job with plowing the campus roads, but without that main water line busting, they weren't allowed to plow.
Yeah.
The city's been up here working on that.
They have. It's been a crazy day, I tell you. Crazy day.
It was pretty scary. I really am scared for St. Mary's. I hope their hotel is close.
Well, it's not super close, but they're content. I talked to them earlier. They're content to sit tight until they can get over there safely over to Lexington, and they're going to stay put till tomorrow.
Yeah. It may not be a bad idea to stay put till Monday. I know they don't want them to miss classes, but in a situation like this,
Yeah. Well,
especially if they travel together, it's a whole lot better to make sure that every student athlete is safe.
Absolutely. We're supposed to get some warmer temperatures tomorrow, but we just don't know how much is going to. That worked out.
By Cleveland.
I don't know how much it's going to melt.
Well, the fear is that it's supposed to be warm, and then Monday or Sunday night it's supposed to get cold again. So
great steal there by Boren. Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll get back to the basketball game.
Well, the weather's been a big deal, though.
And great look by Boren to Conger underneath.
Backdoor.
That was a great pass. Way to be patient and really get a great shot there.
I tell you, I think that timeout really actually worked to SVU's advantage because they got a little tough. Good luck for there.
St. Mary's looks a little tired right now.
They do.
The full court press and this high tempo. I don't know how they play their games normally, but they looked a little gassed right now. Off Nolan's knee.
There should be a reset on the shot clock, I believe. I hope.
No, I don't think so because it wasn't a kick ball.
Oh, just off the
Belliston
shin.
threw it off her leg.
Oh, okay. It wasn't a kick.
So shot clock should stay put.
Yeah, looks like it is.
Belliston trying to go in down low to Cleveland, and Holland did a good job trying to take that passing lane. There's a kick ball right there.
Well, now we'll buy a few. I tell you, what do you think? When you get to the 3-minute mark, if you can get this thing up by 10, I think you start to use the whole shot clock. Oh, that was.
Wow, that should have been a foul on someone.
It's
going to turn into an easy 2 points for Klein and St. Mary's. So,
yeah.
The fouls have really been kind of confusing.
A little sporadic. Yeah, I don't think either team is super aware of what to expect.
Coach Roberts pleading her case as they brought the ball back down. Cleveland going out. Kuroki for 3 and got it.
That's
That
a big
is
shot.
Huge shot.
That puts us up by 10.
Roberts going to call a timeout here.
Big shot.
And I think right here with about 2:37 to go, I think it'd be wise maybe to take all 35 seconds and
Yeah, that's what I was curious for your thoughts on that. I'm not sure what they'll do. They'll probably go hard on defense still. It's just how she plays. But I'd be super tempted to use my 35 and get that shot off.
Well, I'd
under
be
5
super
seconds.
tempted. I'd be super tempted as a coach to start picking up the ball at half court, not let St. Mary's get an easy 2 points.
Right.
So we'll see what Coach Roberts does, but she
Yeah.
likes to stay true to who she is and what she does, and they like to press. So it won't
They
shock
do.
me
No,
if they
it won't
come
shock
out
me at all.
pressing. The little basketball knowledge I had would be, just make sure they can't roll it up the court
Right.
and make them
right.
pick the ball up and just not a ton of ball
One thing they
pressure,
do sometimes is take Belliston or Kuroki and put some ball pressure and have everybody.
Well, if you pick the ball up at half court, you can still run some defenses that do some half court traps that don't allow for as easy of 2-point shots. When a full court press, you break it. Usually it results in an easy 2 or a high percentage shot. You can do some things up at half court that still allow you to trap and pressure St. Mary's, but limits the ability for them to get easy 2 points. So we'll see what Coach Robert does, and the way they're lining up, it looks like they're going to stay in the full court press.
They're just going to have to keep their eye on number 11, because I'm sure they're going to go.
Next at ball, Holler looks like she's coming in.
A little bit of strategy here to.
And there's the press, and they've broke it. And there's Nolan coming up, and she is so quick. So
She is.
St. Mary slows it down, which is surprising to me to slow it down.
There you go.
Klein
I
for
like
three.
that defense back there.
Line
Yep.
for 3. We cannot let them stay out there and have uncontested three-pointer shots. That will prove to be.
So right there is probably where I'd like to see Bellison hold on to the ball. And
We got Holler
Moving
coming
down.
in for Hook. 2:16 to go, 7-point ball game.
all right, we'll see what they do. I'd like to see them get to the point where St. Mary's has to start fouling them to get the possession back. If we can get it down to within a minute and stay ahead by.
I'd like to see a little bit better passes from the Knights. Those last two have been a little
nonchalant for me.
or nonchalant, yeah. Good take by Boren. Oh, that was the ball we needed. And Kuroki gets the rebound.
And we
what a
got a
smart
reset.
job by pulling the ball
Hey.
out. And they got away with a reaching foul right there.
Sure did.
And
That's a good. Thought we had a
we're
steal
getting
there.
close to 10 seconds. There's a 10-second violation. I knew we were getting close, and we got it. Great defense. Great defense by the
She's
Knights
trying to
there.
call. Coach is upset. She's trying to call a timeout there.
And we got Morgan coming in, and
Got a shooter coming in
Coach
here.
Gibson was screaming timeout and jumping up and down, but luckily for the Knights, they did not look.
Whoa, just like that. That's
Those passes, we got to eliminate them with a minute and a half to go.
absolutely.
Re-kick it out, make sure we get a good high percentage shot, good inside look.
Not too much.
Force pass. Conger comes in for defense for Morgan, and looks like that's going to be a constant here in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, looks
Conger
like
in for
it.
defense, Morgan coming in for offense. So Knights stay in their full court press. Lob pass, and that creates a turnover right there.
Yeah, it's tough for the coach to.
So Coach Roberts staying true to form with
Yes.
these high
It's working. It's
full
working
court
right
press,
now.
and it has proved to work and be the difference here in this last minute. So
Yeah, we can just take care of this basketball here and run this clock down to a good 40 seconds before we let go of it. That's make me real happy.
and that's the pass we don't need to make right there.
And that's what we do not.
And what a good defensive play by Belliston to come in and strip the ball but not get called for a foul.
It was actually a very good play. I think Coach Gibson is upset over that, but
And Conger comes back in for defense.
And here we go. Almost under a minute here.
Minute left to go. It's a 7-point basketball game. St.
And
Mary's
there's the
takes a
person
long
that can hurt
three.
us right there.
Jump ball, and that is staying St. Mary's possession. 29 seconds on the shot clock, 52.4 on the game clock.
And that was, yeah, absolutely. Probably a really good, I mean, she's going to make that shot. You might as well make it a little
Nelson.
tougher on her.
Now send Haller to the line. That is the first for Boren with how physical
Oh,
she
wow.
plays.
I thought for sure
Fantastic
that was being
job.
called on Cleveland. I dare say they both have
And what a
little
smart
shot.
foul right there. You know.
Absolutely.
Found the-
That's 2 points down low.
Yeah.
Now we may get away with it, just one.
Morgan comes back in for the offensive possession for the Knights. 51.6 seconds on the clock. And Haller makes her second, brings it to a 6-point ball game.
That's
Timeout for St. Mary's.
still a lot of basketball to be played in 50 seconds.
Got a full timeout. 2-possession ball game.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what St. Mary's does if they go for the steal and then a foul.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or if they're going to let the
see.
with their ability to shoot the three ball.
They got a
whether
couple
or
of
not
dangerous shooters.
They're going to try to go at a possession, see if they can get a defensive stop, then quick shot, and then do the steal foul. We'll see what they decide to do here.
Yeah, I think it could possibly be a game keep away here. That could be what the Knights do. Come out offensively and.
I'd like to see the Knights as they press, not to get in a position to where they can get trapped. Have Crystal about halfway in between the three-point line, almost at the volleyball line here. As soon as Belliston gets in, run up to the three-point line, set a pick, and just let Belliston run it all the way up the floor.
Yeah.
Then have Belliston come back, reset it back out, and let's kill some clock. You can set a pick to get it in her hands.
I'm guessing they're going to try to get the ball in Morgan's hands a good bit. If it looks like St. Mary's is going to start fouling, she's one of their better free throw shooters.
Well, but what you'll do on a thing like that, if they don't get the steal and you have Crystal come up and set a pick right there and let Belliston run, it'll be hard to foul her.
Yeah.
St. Mary's is going to go with
They
full
are.
court
They're going to
press.
put a lot of pressure here.
Belliston will actually be inbounding the ball, which is shocking for our point guard in that situation to be inbounding the ball. There it is to Crystal. And they're going to play defense, it looks like. They go for the steal. Out to Morgan. Belliston out to Morgan. And the bucket.
Big play.
Great pass by Morgan into Boren. Boren, great finish right there on that shot. Have Conger check back in for Morgan on the defensive possession. This free throw could be huge. 39.5 seconds to go.
Yeah,
Put it
absolutely.
to a 9-point ball game.
Yeah, that was a very calm, collected shot by
Yes.
Boren. And I see the Knights retreating and just going to play some half-court man defense here. Oh, that's the shooter. That's the one that can hurt you. And here she
There's
goes
the three
again.
ball, and she gets it that time. St. Mary's with the timeout. That was a big
Got a
three.
feeling that
by Vagnoni.
she's going to have somebody on her like white on glue in just a minute. Yeah, I believe she's had 5 threes today.
That is a big three-pointer. That puts it into a 2-possession ball game with 21.5 seconds to go. It'll be shocking here if they do not go for the steal and the foul. Time is becoming a precious thing for St. Mary's. So, we'll see them go potentially do an off-ball foul, something like that with Cleveland. You're going to look for Coach Roberts to set it up to get the best shooters to get the ball in their hand right here on the inbound. So you'll look for Belliston, Gorin, or Kuroki to get the ball.
Yeah, I think so.
They're going to send Belliston to inbound the ball. Look for the exact same inbound play that just happened, which would be...
And this is where, Crystal helps you. She's just so quick. Sometimes I don't think they see her over there wide open.
throw it down court. And had Crystal turned, she could have just thrown it to Boren,
Yeah.
and we would have avoided that foul, eating some time off the clock.
Hey, yeah, well done by Gibson, Coach Gibson. That was maybe, 2.1 seconds off the clock there.
And it puts the nice horse free throw shooter at the line.
Yeah. She's been working on it all year. Let's hope she can be smooth and collected here and sink this shot. Yeah, that's a tough one. Here's
Condor
another
comes
shot.
in for the defensive possession for the Knights. Just enough time for those two to let them catch their breath and go back at it.
Now we know why we had Crystal left wide open there. Get the ball in her hands.
There we go. Great
Hey,
shot
that
by
helps.
Crystal. That's a huge free throw. And a quick three, and that's going to be off. St.
Oh.
Mary's maintains possession with 13.3 to go.
Golly.
With
Belliston.
their ability to shoot, it is not out of reach right now.
They're going to have number 11 pop right back in and try to get open right there.
There's the three, and that's long. Turn and
No,
go.
it's
Just
just-
get the ball up. It looks like St. Mary's will just concede the basketball game right there. And that'll do it for you. Lady Knights come out with a huge victory,
Big win on
74-68.
senior day. Absolutely.
What a great job by the Lady Knights and Coach Roberts coming in and helping them finish. That puts their record to 8-17 and 5-13 in the CAC.
Yeah, so nice to go out on a win. St. Mary's will get to enjoy the CAC tournament most likely, but this is a nice last game and way to go out strong.
Yeah, let's see if we can find out what's going on in the Wesley. Let's see if we can get Coach Roberts
find
down
out.
here.
I think that Coach Gibson will be very excited to know if Wesley did in fact lose to Mary Wash, so she can know that her spot is assured with the CAC tournament. Although she
So
will
the scenario is with their loss, Wesley must beat Mary Washington for Wesley to take St. Mary's spot in the CAC tournament.
Correct. And we'll hopefully get Coach Roberts down here in just a minute. Give her a few questions.
We're seeing if we can get Coach Roberts. We may have lost her.
Yeah, I got a feeling there's some great celebrating going on in that locker room.
Well deserved.
Yeah, they corrected some key mistakes and did what they do best.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a really close ball game right now. Wesley and Mary Washington. It's a 60-64 ball game. Mary Wash with the lead, a 4-point lead with 15 seconds to go. So that one looks like it's coming down to the wire. So
how about it? It's a day of interest here in the CAC basketball world. We don't have quite the things that could happen in the men's game. This is the number 1 seed that our Southern Virginia men will be facing.
St. Mary's coming in with the number 1 seed, huh?
Yeah, they're really strong. If I'm not mistaken, they are coming in with the number 1 seed.
Well, as we wait to see if we can get Coach Roberts here, we'll go over some of the final stats for the Southern Virginia Knights. Played a really good ball game. Did a fantastic job through the whole game.
Yeah, I tell you, Carrie Klein, number 4 for St. Mary, she had a good ball game. She played really collected. Hit a couple of threes, a lot of mid-range jumpers, but in the end, Southern Virginia spread their points out nicely. They really did. Looks like we'll finish the game with Boren with 16, but other three players in double digits, so
yeah,
kinda
we've
nice.
got Belliston with 15, Kuroki with 15, and Bourne with 16.
Sorry,
and
4
Cleveland
players
with 14.
Yeah,
So I mean,
4 players.
you
in
got
double
4 players, up there in the double digits. That's a good job for the Knights and a good way to finish right there.
How about Ann Kuroki with double digits in rebounds as well. And Crystal Cleveland, of course, with 13 rebounds. Really helped the Knights. And here come the
good job for Ann
SVU
Kuroki
Knights.
going out on a double-double on senior
Oh.
night. She must be thrilled with the way she's come out.
The funny thing about Ann is you can ask her what she had after the game. She won't have a clue.
Yeah.
She won't have a clue how many points, how many rebounds, anything.
Now, looks like Wes Evans coming to dress out for the men's. He's been hurt with that ACL injury. That's a big smile I've seen on his face for a while.
Oh,
so.
yeah. He's most likely, maybe he'll go and shoot a little bit, but that may just be for senior day.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm sure it is, but like I said, haven't seen that smile on his face for a
know,
while. So
I tell you.
good to see him smiling and
been
in
a
a
rough-
uniform again.
One of those things you hate to see happen to a senior. Hate to see it happen to an athlete anytime, but certainly their senior year. We'll be right back with you. Hopefully we can get Coach Roberts possibly right at the beginning of the women's game, but thanks for listening to the broadcast. Tune back in just a few moments to see our seniors be honored right at the start of the men's game. Thank you.
against York and Penn State Harrisburg. She is majoring in liberal arts and minoring in athletic training and graduates in May. Anne is escorted by her sisters Tiffany Pendleton and Ivy Jacobson. Thank you, Anne. Preston Eaton from Mapleton, Utah joined the Knights prior to the 2013 to 2014 season. During his first season as a Knight, Preston played in 22 games and led his team with 16 points per game and a 77% free throw percentage. Eaton's points per game ranked him fourth in the CAC, while his free throwing percentage ranked him ninth. He ranked second on the team with 34 steals and 52 assists to go with a 36.4 three-point percentage. Preston has also seen success off the court as he was named the 2013-14 CAC All-Academic Team and a VASID Academic All-State Team. He was also named to the 2014 Spring Semester Provost list. Preston served his mission in Chile from 2008 to 2010. This season, Eaton played in 8 games for the Knights and averaged 14.6 points per game to lead the team in addition to 4.4 rebounds per game. Preston is majoring in business management and leadership and will receive his bachelor's degree in May. He has accepted a position with Ford Motor Company and will begin work this summer. He is escorted by his wife, Caitlin. Thank you, Preston. Wesley Evans from Chrysler Lake, Illinois, joined the Knights as a freshman in 2008 before leaving for his mission in Salt Lake City. He rejoined the program for the 2012-13 season, the year in which he reached a career high of 27 points in a victory over Ashburn. During the 2013-14 season, he was named to the WNL Tip-Off Tournament All-Tournament team after scoring a season-high 25 points against Washington and Lee. Evans also had success in the classroom. He was named to the Provost's 5 semesters of his career and earned USCAA and CAC All-Academic Honors after averaging 10.2 points per game and 6.7 rebounds. West also served as president of the university's chapter of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee. Evans is a business management and leadership major and computer science minor and will receive his bachelor's degree in May, after which he plans to attend graduate school. Wes is escorted by his wife, Shauna. Mount Vernon, Washington native Kyle Dragnich joined the Knights this season after transferring from Hartnell College in California. He averaged 5 points per game and shot 72% from the free throw line. He also had a season-high 13 points against Christopher Newport, playing a crucial role in the Knights' first ever victory over the Captains. Kyle is studying politics and will receive his bachelor's degree in May, after which he plans to begin employment in the deep-sea fishing industry. He is escorted by Coach Winslow. Let's give it up for our seniors.
The ref's not here yet? Ref's not here yet? Alright, I got your camera. We can catch PJ.
All right, one more round of applause for our seniors, everyone.